Hello friends and welcome back to another episode of Gloomhaven, the Guildmaster Campaign. Today is it. We are going for the third boss for the starting character duos, and today's is going to be the Spellweaver and Tinkerer as promised from the last episode. I've already gone through their cards. I've kind of brought back Coldfire, Spirit of Doom for the Spellweaver, and I think I changed either 0 or 1 cards for the Tinker. I can't remember, but I think we're ready. There's not much I'm going to spend my money on. They're as ready as they'll ever be. Let's go for it. The Sanctuary. The Tinkerer and Spellweaver must combine to defeat the High Cultist and his minions. Kill all enemies in all rooms. Lose if the Tinkerer or Spellweaver is exhausted. Dark will be set to strong at start of round. I was just actually thinking, there's not many ways of me to get darkness for Spirit of Doom, but well, there it is. We will be able to get it at the start of every round, so we should be able to kill off a couple enemies immediately with this. That's going to help out. But yeah, we're gonna have to find ways to kill these guys quickly, and of course kill these guys quickly so they're not summoning lots of living bones while we are trying to survive in order to get to the boss, mind you. Right. Well, let's do it. Okay, I think we have kind of bigger things to worry about, so we're just going to leave. I don't want to go in there and be poisoned or damaged in any way, so you travel into the boggy land north of Bloodford and trek for a number of days. The difficult terrain is exactly why a cult would put their headquarters out here. The next day you notice the ground underfoot begin to solidify and come across a structure nestled between some gnarled trees. It is made of carved black stone and seems at odds with the natural surroundings. There are no guards and the area is silent. You steel yourself and enter. And for the battle goal here, we have Protector and Scrambler. Allow none of your allies to become exhausted during the scenario. I think that's probably the one we want to go for. Take only short rests. Yeah, I mean, we want to survive this anyway, so we might as well take that. Loot 5 or more gold piles during the scenario for Hoarder. And Fast Healer, your health at the end of the scenario is equal to your maximum health. I don't think that's going to be the case. Let's go for Hoarder. We're going. As you walk down stone steps carved from the same black material, you struggle to remember the name. Obsidian? When you enter the first chamber, you realize this is not going to be an easy battle. Cultists and demons bar your way forwards. Right. Well, looks like we have a couple traps, which will come in handy. Dealing 6 damage each, that's great. And then it's just one room after this, and the room is about half the size of the room we're in now. So I'm kind of hoping this is what we have to deal with, and then there's just a couple enemies with the boss back here. I hope that's the case. So we might want to use Spirit of Doom on one of these 3 immediately, right? We want to kill them quickly so we don't have to deal with what they're about to do. These things hit really hard. The Sun Demons hit with advantage. And of course you remember the Cultists, though fairly, like, they don't deal a lot of damage. They do summon living bones, and we don't want to have to deal with level 4 living bones at this time. So killing and stunning them as frequently as possible, while also trying to control these guys would be ideal. So now the major problem here is that she's going to be going very late, very frequently, and the Tinkerer kind of has a mixture. Should be going early, can be going late. We'll see how this works out here. Level 1, or round 1. And first up is the Tinkerer with Tinkerer's Tools to lay down a stun trap and hook gun to pull this guy into the stun trap. That way we can, deal maybe a little bit of damage, but more importantly, stun. I'm hoping that they just don't pull anything in, because I'm like summoning the living bones, because I'm realizing that happens, I believe, at 63 initiative, and I'll never be able to go earlier than that for the Spellweaver. So I'm gonna go for, that's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Chromatic Explosion to bring in ice, and then Fire Orbs to bring in fire, so that I can use Cold Fire in the next round and try and control a little bit more. Okay, good. They're just going to heal. That's fine, and that's going after, or going before all of these guys move in and any damage is done. Yeah, both of them are healing. Moving 3, 1, 2, 3, and then moving 3, 1, 2, 3. So we don't have to worry about any incoming damage this round. This is good. And since you're going to be stunned, and wounded, that's wonderful. You won't be able to heal yourself. But you will be able to move 1, 2, and then range 3. Yeah, so you won't be able to reach either. That's good. Okay. So far, so good. Okay. Now, as I said, I'd like to... Let's see here. From where she's standing, she won't be able to reach the Sun Demon back there. So moving to here won't help. This is where she has to be. And this way we can get not disadvantage on this first cultist. Let's bring in some ice. And I'm going to use, let's see here, Eagle Eye Goggles. I might as well do that. And I'm kind of thinking that I should use the Major Power Potion too. Or at least the Minor Power. Let's use the Minor Power Potion. Because I could use the Major Power Potion on the boss. That would be pretty helpful. The Stun Powder, probably the boss is going to be immune to stun, so I should use it somewhere here, and maybe I could just stun him now. Kind of like that idea, actually. Let's stun... Keep this cultist stunned. Okay. Good, that -2's gone. A +2, that's fantastic. And it's a good start over there, too. Good, good, good. Now, I'm not going to use that, but is it a good idea to use Cloak of Invisibility? No, not yet. Not yet. Okay, well, this one's stunned. We still have to deal with you. And then these two, I can actually stun with Cold Fire now, so I'm going to choose that. And I should bring in some help. You have more range. Let's use aid from the ether. And I can plop that down right behind her. And as for you, already stunned. We want to take care. Maybe we want to kill you. Or another thing we could do is have another stun shot right away. Reviving shock could be helpful with a couple curses. Yeah, let's go with that. $34 is probably going to be my... what's the word? Initiative. We'll use reinvigorating elixir just for the movement, I think. Okay. So going very early, that's always a problem. And they are bringing in summons. So this is a problem because now this one will be bringing in a summon. Well, I don't need to move because you're standing right next to me. And I could use the eagle eye goggles. What are you going to do? You're going to move 3. Let's do this weighted net to keep you from moving. Okay, let's see here. I've clicked you. Clicked you. Weighted net. Okay, there it goes, finally. Yes. Good. 1 down. And you're also wounded. That's great. Let's start picking up that gold, I guess, right? This is a problem. Yeah, because they're not nice at that level. But what we can do here is ooh, okay. Yeah, I guess what I'm gonna have to do here is go for stunning these two, and that's fine. I was hoping to stun these two, but I'm okay with it. Stunning these two, and this might be our best opportunity for piercing bow. I'm not sure if the boss is going to have it, so I guess I'll pass for now and see what's behind the door. Good, that one's dead too. Do we want to use our potion? It would be cold fire and chromatic explosion. I think I'm going to pass on that. Round 3. Let's hold on to this just in case, and I'm probably going to run up and kill that actually. Let's use that for the movement. As for you, I can use this to immobilize and then walk away, something like that, and stun you. Or you. We'll see. We'll see how that works out. Yep. As long as they're not summoning, so that's good. But making sure they're not cursing us is also a good thing. It's not going to heal or anything because it's stunned. So immobilize you. And walk over to here. Stun you. And you're immobilized. Minor stamina potion would be nice to get the hook gun so that we can pull this skeleton into a trap and that'll be it for it. So I think I'm going to do that. Cool. Well, we took care of the demons really quickly. That's awesome. Now you're dead too. And yeah, let's get moving. And I'm gonna do this. I know that it's burning cards quickly, but I can get them back, so I'm not too worried. But killing these guys would be really nice, right? There. Now you're dead, and we can get use our major stamina potion to get a couple cards back. I don't think that's necessary at the moment. So we'll just end that turn. We'll go with the 2 that she has in her hand. And as for you, we want 1, 2, 3, and then hook gun. Good, perfect. I was trying to get as early as possible with 3 movement, and I got it just in time. I could go here, actually. I don't have to go... This keeps us 1 space closer to that door. Yeah, it doesn't even matter because it's about to take 6 damage here. There. Good work. We cleared out this first room very quickly, actually. I'm very surprised. Very surprised. So, can't use that. I'm gonna have her just long rest. That'll get the Eagle Eye Goggles back. It will also, I think, I should be able to open the door right now. No, he doesn't even have boots. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, here we go. This will be great for her, so we can get one of those back. Here we go. Got some more loot. We need to pick up 5 for him. And stun powder. Heck yeah. Okay. I'd like to bring this in as soon as we get into that room. I'm thinking Twin Restoration. So when we get the card back, we will be we'll be able to use it later, and I don't need it at the moment, do I? So, okay, round 6 here. Let's go in with while infusing something there, and I guess living torch. I kind of want to use it, so maybe I'll do this instead. And chromatic explosion for like the major major action on top. Then I can use cold fire in the next round. And I'm thinking disorienting flash so that I can try and stun a couple people immediately. Let's see if it works, though. Boots really would have been nice to put on him before going in. What? Passing through the doorway, you are met by unwelcome sight. A cultist is bathed in demonic power. He turns and laughs. What do we have here, more foolish adventurers? I have met your kind before. They are dead, and I remain. You look around the room, you are outnumbered. This is going to end badly. Just then, a familiar voice calls out. Your boon has been granted. Okay, good. I was like, we're screwed. There's no way I can get through all of that. A number of spitting drakes and a golem phase in beside you. It seems the odds aren't so heavily stacked against you after all. Okay. So this, I guess from that last episode or scenario, this is what we fought against last time, and that's what they're bringing in. So this is great. You'll be able to be kind of our tank that we need. And yeah. You're going to be summoning now? What are you doing, anyway? Who are you? High Cultist. You're immune to poison, muddle, stun, and curse. Heal. Target self and all allies within range. Range what? Range 3. So he actually has ranged capabilities here. Well, I think it's important to stun the 2 cultists that are going to be summoning. That leaves us with minor or less enemies. Yes. So confirm that. And end your turn. Let's see what happens next. Wonderful. Not so wonderful. Why did it, oh, I see. Wow. We don't even have to do anything, do we? It's already taken... Oh, and then it just healed. Yeah. That's okay. I don't remember putting a curse on them. Yeah, I hope you get up here pretty quickly, actually. Let's see here. I'd like to run in and go invisible because we can come in at 96 next round. And what could we do with that, though? Well, one thing we can do is if we stand here, then this is going to have a hard time attacking the Tinkerer. and we can, from here, chromatic explosion onto the cultist, the high cultist, because we need to just kill it quickly, right? So I think that's kind of a good idea. Let's move in at least. I'll think about if we should move any further. No, you know, I kind of like this spot. Okay. We will go invisible here. And we can use that stun powder to maybe stun here. But we definitely want to use this. And we definitely want to use this. Yes. And stunning the sun demon so that it's not killing our friend here might be a good idea. Okay. Yeah, let's go for that. Ooh, fantastic. Yeah, Cloak of Invisibility. Okay. Okay. That's it. Okay, well, you're easy. Use those two. We can't afford a long rest here. I gotta go for that short rest. Because if I give him a long rest, yes, it'd be nice to get Eagle Eye Goggles, but I can get that back with this. I don't need to take a long rest to get our gear back. And I'd like to be continuing the assault on the High Cultists, just get rid of them as fast as possible. Yep. Yep. Short rest it is. Well, there's definitely other cards that I'd like to burn, but that one's not actually the worst one. There's no more traps in here. I could, make a trap, but that might take longer than I'd like. So, I think I'm gonna go for Toxic Bolt for an attack, and then Reviving Shock. Now I know what I was just saying, but I don't want to move in here. We do have a little bit of help to bring some confusion into the room, but I don't want to move in and everyone's attacking me. One good thing is I could move over here, but then all three of them would focus on him. In this way, they're going to focus on the stone golem the most. He's kind of in the corner over there. Toxic Bolt on the cultist, and then Reviving Shock to throw some curses in there in the mix. I think that's a good idea. And it looks like okay. The High Cultist will be attacking back here. The Stone Golem will be attacking early. That's good. And it looks like he's going to survive the incoming damage for now. This is a major problem because that's an attack of 8. So that thing's dead, basically. Unless it pulls a curse. That would be fantastic. I can't keep track of all of that, so... Don't have to worry about you. Great. Great. Okay, first, use our moon earring. Because I want to use the eagle eye goggles against you. Now, what are you going to be doing? You're attacking for 4 and then healing yourself for 3. Well, you don't have any damage and you're stunned, so that's not going to happen to you. Yeah, you know, let's do that. With eagle eye goggles, I want to make this count, right? Times 2, I would love it. And I pulled it. Wow. Wow. Like super wow. That was extremely helpful. I'm going to use the weighted net on you to save the spitting drake a little bit longer. But curse, a little bit of damage here and there. What are you guys going to do? Oh, not too much. Okay. Wow, I'm a little speechless about that. Should I go for the minor power potion? No. Okay. A couple zeros, that's fine. A couple curses is what's important. And you're stuck too. Oh, actually, you're stuck in the corner, which is a little awkward. Yeah. That is, we need to. Oh yeah, I forgot about you. I am desperately in need of making sure that we need to kill this, right? I think a good way to do that is by doing this. Because, yeah, stunning both of them, I think that's a good idea. That curse would have been nice, but it's okay. Now let's use this to move. And where would I like to move? Maybe back here. Now, here's the thing. We only have 3 cards left. And I'd like to... I'm thinking what I might have to do here is I might have to kill her to get it back so that I can bring it back in here. And I wasn't able to bring in the living or the burning avatar because if I did that, I'd be burning a card, and I only have 3 cards in my discard, so I couldn't do that. However, I could take 2 cards back now, play those 2, and then in the next round take my turn or take my rest. I think I'm okay with that. Am I? Yes. I'm going to take these 2 cards back, and I think what I'm going to do actually is just maybe just like use this loot and then revive, bring all of my cards back, and I can get rid of my my helper back here, even though it will be in a good spot for next round. I have to really think about this, because I can burn this to pick up some loot, and then I can get my cards back. That makes her useless for the next round. I could also drop her, because it's going to stand here, and then after that it will move up to here and can start attacking, right? Well, we're using these 2 cards. Net shooter, or immobilize and then move away, so I can move up to here. You're both stunned. You're not stunned. And stun shot to stun. And then we just have to worry about the High Cultist. And I can't stun you, so the problem might be that, like, if it's going to heal itself a lot, that's a major problem. But at least all of them are controlled. This is all controlled. And yet that might be, I mean, this is going to be a fight until one of them dies, and it's probably going to be the Sun Demon that dies first. So let's go for it. Let's see how this works. Oh, wow, you're actually going very, very early. That's awesome. And you're stunned. You can't deal with, and that's okay. Stun, stun, and then both of them will be stunned too. Okay. It's actually working out pretty well here. But I should have attacked first, shouldn't I? Yeah, that's fine. Let's go pick up some loot. And then we'll attack here. It kind of worked out. So, all stunned, immobilized. Don't have to worry about any of you. I'm now in range. So I should have maybe gone here instead, but I'm kind of trying to pick up some loot. Ah! Oh, nope, that was enough. Great. So, looting. And now get all of your cards back. It's everything except for, Living Torch. Whoops. Do I undo here for a moment? Because, let's see here. You're going to go up to here, and then you could die. Like, this would chase after you, maybe. So I think I'd rather bring it into here. And it also gives me another card that I can use. Ow! Not much I can do about that. I'm not burning a card at this point. Oof. Okay, I mean, that was a good round, but I don't see it being as good from here on now. Actually, fire orbs would give me an attack here, here, and here. And then twin restoration might be a good one to heal us. Now I could heal him too. I could actually bring this in. So there's some attacks against that instead of us. But I think I'm gonna have to go for like a whole bunch of healing. That might be the option here. And if I'm far away enough from all the other things, then that might be good. That's very bad. Oh, you're kidding. I have to burn a card here. Probably that. They're attacking from everywhere. Well, after our last turn, you know, it ended up pulling the right combination of cards for a very large attack against us. Yeah, we're just gonna have to see how this goes. And I'm gonna heal myself. Okay, it's not moving actually. That's a good thing. And it got cursed because of that. So now they're going to be just attacking a few of us. That's better. That is better. Like this is just going to be one attack instead of both attacks, both attacks. We're going to use the piercing bow. Come on. It would be great to kill this. We did it. And you're not moving. Well, that didn't really matter anyway, but wow. We pulled those times twos right when we needed it. Oh. Good work. Oh, I pulled a curse and that. That's nice. Okay. Bold fire, and then we definitely need to bring in aid from the ether would be nice. Okay. So, wounded. This isn't going to take too much more damage to kill. Let's throw some traps down. There's not much I can do here. Oh, these are flying though, aren't they? Yeah. But it would at least it would help with like this flank, even though everything is probably going to be against her our stone golem there. I'm considering to just take a rest to get these cards back, because I kind of don't have anything to do here. But you know what? Dangerous contraption, and this for the early. We can throw a trap down anyway. Let's do it. Let's start bringing in some things. Wow. That are going to help us. And, Yeah, it's healing too. Ooh, good. Good, good, good. Please kill it. What are you going to do? I was thinking of making a trap, but I don't think that's really that necessary now. Let's do it this way. It's going to move 2. There. That'll keep us alive. Keep the Tinkerer alive, maybe. Yeah, that's fine. Attack hit. Although now this is going to attack here too, but... They did it again? That's crazy. I'll take it though. It's some damage that I don't have to worry about. Stun both of you guys. Trying to... Here we go. Pressing the wrong button here. Stun both of you. Wow. ×2 and a +2. I'll take it. You're stunned. Let's bring you in this side. Please. Ah. Still a good amount of damage, though. Alright. We are down to the wire here. Sort of. Not really. I mean, not down to the wire. Down to the last few enemies. We'll go for a stun. I'm going to use gas canister for this bottom action here. That way the Spellweaver can continue to pull cards back from her discard deck, and that might actually save her a little bit more time, or that will save her a little bit more time. I don't know how much time we actually need, but good. I'm hoping I can kill or stun. Yep, stun you before. That's fantastic. We don't have to worry about that. Was, yeah, ranged 3, attack 3, range 3, target 3, and then muddle everyone. Okay. At the end of your next 4 turns, one ally within range 3 may recover. Oh, at the end of my turn. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, this is super helpful. What? I'm gonna take it. I'd really like for you to attack here, but okay. Ooh, you know what? I can just use this right here. Fantastic. And then, let's go pick it up. And we'll use, well, we don't need to bring in darkness, actually. We really need anything. I'll bring in... Yeah, I guess it doesn't really matter. I'll bring in ice just in case. I don't think I'll be able to use it in time, but... This thing. I think that's 2 that it's killed now. Oh, we actually need... Yeah, I'm just going to take that short rest. And actually burned the 1 card that I was hoping to use. Okay. And... really... Guess we'll go with that. Yep. Mobilize it right there. Use it. Why not? First. But it's immobilized. That's all that matters. Because then it was going to move up here and like attack both of us. Or move over here, probably heal up. This is our last round. If not, then next round is. And I have just enough cards. Oh god. Skip it, I guess. That's 2 curses now. And finalize it with the ×2. Oof. Thanks to that stone golem, right? If it wasn't for that guy, I don't know about that. There were some intense moments, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I think that stone golem was a bit overpowered to have on our team, but pretty happy that he was. After an intense battle, the High Cultist and his followers are dead. Protector, that worked. Hoarder, we did not get. I was kind of pushing. It would have been nice, but yeah. Spellweaver dealing 70 damage, killing 5 enemies. I mean, 2 of those were using that instead of curse, kill an enemy attack. I forget what that's called, but yeah, not bad at all. How much damage did we take? 15 and 18. That's more than what they have. So we're getting the black sensor. Again, if you don't want to see what it is, look away. Alright. And 7 experience each. Good. Unfortunately, I mean, they're not going to use it, but we did a sweep of the area after you left and mopped up a few more cultists. We found this incense burner too, which I reckon will come in pretty useful. Also, it feels as though the elements are in balance again, now that the High Cultist is dead. Good work. And that's it. The normal tradition is going to take a look at the Tinkerer here. How do I do it? Clicking on his cards, I guess. Move over here. And actually, before I do that, let's just let's take a look and remember, right? Let's take a look at what cards we had. Hook gun, net shooter, stun shot, reinvigorating elixir, restorative mist. So, you know, a healer. Toxic bolt, and we did put a +1 to the range on that top action attack. Reviving shock. This was a pretty fun one, putting a curse enhancement onto the ranged attack targeting 2. Disorienting flash was our choice at level 2 instead of stamina booster, which isn't a bad card. A +1 on that heal makes it a heal 5 at range 3. That is a very powerful heal. One ally within range 3 may recover one of their burned cards. That seems pretty powerful. Tinkerer's Tools was the level 3. disarm one adjacent trap or create one stun trap, versus Crankbow that major attacks 6 at range 5, but it burns. Dangerous Contraption was our level 4. Summon Battlebot, which immediately died when we brought it in, versus Microbots that heal 6, which if you were crazy enough to put +1/+1 on that, I guess you could do something like a Bless and a Strengthen. That could be a really cool combination on top of a heal 6. Now it's only used once in a scenario, but that could be a really powerful healing ability. Move 3 and Loot. That's a pretty cool one. Noxious Vials was level 5. When adjacent ally may refresh one of their consumed small item, that was huge. That we used that with stun dust or whatever, or the Spellweaver. We've used that a few times. That's a really fun one. The bottom one is really cool too. And like the triangle AoE attack 3 with poison. That one was instead of disintegrating beam. The amount of times that I could have used that is just, it's just such a good card. Move and disarm is great by itself, but be able to, if you get them in a line and then get into that right formation, you can kill 3, potentially 4 enemies when they if they have a lot of shield but they don't have a lot of health. That's a very good card for that reason. And then last gas canister was our level 6 choice, creating either a 4 damage muddle trap, or at the end of your next 4 turns, one ally within range 3 may recover one of their discarded cards. This was good, and I wish I kind of used that more often. Particularly, this is great for the duo with the Spellweaver because she doesn't have a lot of cards. This could be good for anybody, but those that don't carry a lot of cards with them, it's even stronger, so that he can still perform his normal move and attack actions, and for 4 turns, 4 rounds, he's able to give one of his allies a card back. That's great. I think that's great, and particularly if he's going later, you can have somebody like, let's say, the Berserker with a major attack. You can use that 4 rounds in a row, theoretically. So there's something there. And auto turret, again, this is, instead of helping your friends, what you can be doing is at the end of your next 5 turns, perform an attack 2, range 5. So again, move, attack, and then attack again. It's only an attack 2, but quite a bit of range. I think that's pretty helpful. And if you don't want to use it early on, you can use the heal first and then do auto turret later. So, going to reset the mercenary now. There he goes. This means his gear is up for grabs. We finally have, what was it? His eagle eye goggles on both the Tinkerer and Spellweaver are finally up for grabs for anybody else. I feel like these are pretty powerful at the beginning of the game and at the beginning of the campaign, and I have only a couple of them. I see a reason for it, but it makes it difficult to figure out like who's going to get them, and then later on, is there anything that's powerful enough to use instead of the eagle eye goggles is a very good question, a philosophical question, if you will. Okay, for the Spellweaver, let's do the same thing I just did here. She reached level 7. That was pretty great. Just a couple more levels to reach that final level 9. But we went with fire orbs from beginning to end. I love fire orbs. It's so versatile. I've talked to people saying, you know, I've put a +1 here. It might have been here. I'm not entirely sure. I know somebody else has put a +1 here for target. I think I might have been pointing at range, but I mean talk about target. But with a small number of mercenaries in your band, then seeing 4 targets in one room isn't going to be as it's not going to be as strong as what you think it's going to be. If you're playing with 3 other people here in a 4-player group, then you'll very likely see 4+ targets. So to be able to put, and this is only a level 1 card, making it very cheap to enhance. So that would cost, let's see here. We'll do a little bit. This would cost, let's see here, 100. And then putting a plus attack here. So that's 275 to do that. And if you're really crazy and want to put a +1 on range, then that's an extra 210. But let's say we don't do that. We could do something like curse or mobilize. Disarm would be an insane amount of money, but I could see that being a really great card, right? Immobilize is still fairly expensive, 275 when you're adding that extra target. Yeah, poison wound 225. You know, there are times when you're able to round up a ton, like a lot of money for in the board game, but I wouldn't say that even spending 200, what was it? Yeah, 100, 275 on fire orbs by itself is necessarily a great thing. Now, it's a great opener card. You're attacking 4 targets with attack 4, but then you're only going to be able to use it one more time later in the scenario, and that's cool. Maybe that's all you need is just those 2 times. Particularly when you have a minor power potion and a major power potion. You can use the eagle eye goggles, the piercing bow. These are all great combinations with fire orbs. No matter if you put any enhancements on it or not, those are all great combinations with it. But as I said, it's kind of it's a great like opening card. If you open a door and you can get into the middle of the room by opening the door, go invisible, use fire orbs. Like it's a great opening and shutting kind of card ability. And it's great that she starts with it, honestly. But anyway, I'm not going to do that for all of them. Reviving Ether, difficult to overlook. You kind of need this card. I would be very surprised if somebody decides they're not going to use this and they use just cards that don't burn for her. I don't think that would be a very powerful character. I'd be kind of interested to seeing how far you could actually make it, and would she be even powerful? You know, to have a lot of, like Mana Bolt, for instance, is free on top and on bottom. Let's see here. Flame Strike, like free cards. I mean, you could bring in a couple of these other cards for, let's see here, Elemental Aid, but now you're not really, I mean, you're helping your friends here. Forked Beam, Flashing Burst. Are these necessarily very good cards for her to be effective? Maybe, maybe. I don't know if I'd want to test it out though. That's the thing. So if you have done something like that, I'd like to hear about it. That is, not take reviving ether at some point and using more cards that don't burn, so that you have more stamina for longer scenarios. Now, Twin Restoration is a card that can help out later. Do you need Twin Restoration and Reviving Ether? That's a good question. Maybe you don't need Reviving Ether once you take Twin Restoration, and then and you can still survive for long term. Now, you don't really need to survive long term. That's something that I need to get into my head sometimes. You don't need to survive to the end in order to win the scenario. Every scenario, for the most part, all you need to do is just win. Be part of a winning group. So if you go in and kill everything in the first room, make it to the second room and kill half of the things there, and your friends are able to survive to the end because of that, then you've done your job, right? So you don't necessarily need to survive to win. Now, there are times when she does, but that's another thing. Aid from the ether, I think I actually meant to keep it like this, and because of the sun demons, I did this without realizing that this was actually a level 2 card, but it's fine. I wanted to bring in the Mystic Ally, and I wanted to bring in the Burning Avatar, and I didn't actually bring in the Burning Avatar. Now, in my own testing and playing, I've brought in Burning Avatar and Mystic Ally at the same time, and it is a lot of fun, I have to say. And for some reason, I didn't do it here too often, so I'm not entirely sure why, but yeah. Anyway, Aid from the Ether, still a great card. This is a very strong card for a level 1, well, X, but a level 1 Spellweaver. Flashing Burst instead of Icy Blast, that's a burn no matter what you're doing there, but it's still, it's a good card. Cold Fire with that, well, I say free, but non-burning stun AoE card is great. If you get the fire with a +2 attack, it's even better. And I think that was a level 3, so Elemental Aid, yeah. I like Cold Fire. Elemental Aid's good, but I think it's better in more, like in a bigger party, for sure. But it also makes you kind of need to go in the direction of Earth and Wind instead of Ice and Fire. And that's the hard part for me to do with the Spellweaver. Again, maybe when I do the campaign later, the normal campaign, maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll find a way to test that out if I do play as the Spellweaver. Level 4, Spirit of Doom. Man, I love this card. I don't use it for the bottom very often. I use it for the top quite a bit. That kill one normal target at range 4 is great. It kind of sucks that it's a burn. I feel like this, I don't know. What's the other option here? I feel like what should have happened is make Forked Beam a burn, but not as the way it is now. Make it like target 2 or target 3, attack 2. Well, I guess that would be Fire Orbs, wouldn't it? Yeah, I don't know. I wish Forked Beam was the burn, and Spirit of Doom, a curse by itself is just not that good, right? So I feel like this one, I know that it's a strong card, but it's a level 4 card. You know, a curse one enemy really isn't that great for burning. Has anybody ever done that? Do you do that? Use Spirit of Doom for the curse? I find that kind of difficult. to want to do. So I wish it wasn't a burn, because then you'd be able to just throw a curse out. You're not doing any damage. All you're doing is cursing. I feel like that's good by itself, because other people, other characters, they do an attack and curse, and it's not a burn. So why is the Spellweaver? Now, maybe if this burn was with this, that could make more sense. Like curse. Well, I mean, curse one turn, and then at a later turn, use dark to kill a normal enemy, and then it burns. Like this is tied to the consuming darkness. That could be a better thing here, because I feel like this by itself, curse range 4, is not worth burning a card. The heal on the bottom is very helpful. You know, I think that's great. Chromatic Explosion level 5. I love this card again. I've taken this probably every time instead of Engulfed in Flames. Again, it's difficult for me to want to put her in a position to have retaliate. I don't see it. Engulfed in Flames, the top being an attack 4, range 3. Yeah, that's cool. That's nice. And it's nice that it's free. We don't have to burn it to use it. But Chromatic Explosion, come on. This by itself, I don't care what the top is. This is huge. Particularly for the Spellweaver. Living Torch, yeah, I think I've shown you how great this card is. Instead of Frozen Night, now I have used Frozen Night. This is a great card. The ability to, it says move 3 with darkness, +2 move and go invisible. Oof, and it's free too. That's the thing, that doesn't burn. So doing Frozen Night, for instance, move 5, go invisible, and then open a door. You're now invisible. Use fire orbs to just lay waste to the room. That's a great combination. I haven't done it, but I can see that it's a good thing. Yeah. And then Twin Restoration. Yeah, I've already said enough about that. Stone Fist, this is good as well though. But now you have to be going down that earth path instead of pursuing fire and ice. So you have to kind of make some of these choices early on, and in some ways I'm okay with it, but that means you're looking at all of the cards later, or you have to understand like the meta game, and that I'm not too excited about. I like being surprised. Do I want to go for fire and ice or earth and wind on like starting with level 2 is not how I want to play the game. I want to open it up, it's level 2, I look at the 2 cards, I'm like, wow, these are great, and I want to be surprised by those cards. Now I know that's not how some people play it, and metal players out there will be looking at all of the cards when they first open them up, and you're certainly allowed to do that. I'm not saying that you shouldn't. I'm not saying that it's a bad practice. That's the way you want to play. That's perfectly fine. And then there's no rules saying you can't do it that way. Even if there was, I would think that would be a weird rule. But I like to be surprised and make my choices along the way. Now I have played the Spellweaver before. I know that choice at this point, but I'm not going to be surprised very, very often in Gloomhaven anymore. I've basically seen everything that it has to offer. Everything. There's things that you didn't know exist, maybe. So and there's extra things deep in the game that are really cool. So anyway, no more talking. That was quite a bit. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, let's reset her. 299. That's a lot of money. If you did enjoy the episode, you can let me know by leaving a like, or a comment in the comment section below. I think for the next time, you know, we're all done with the Spellweaver and the Tinkerer, so we can say goodnight to them. And then we are now continuing the good fight with the other mercenaries. I might try to squeeze in a game or two over the weekend to continue trying to unlock the Saw character without just straight up opening up a game and dying. So I do like to have fun when I'm playing. I don't want to just try to get achievements my whole life. So anyway, yeah, I'm not sure who we're going to play as next week, but I'm sure it'll be fun anyway. So hope to see you next time.